San Diego native Mickey Moniak joining the show on the Braden Soprenet Show. Mickey, what's going on, man?
Not much. How we doing?
Doing well. It's good to have you on. It's always great to talk to local San Diegans that are doing really good in Major League Baseball. We have had so many of you guys on the show over the last couple of months. There's a lot of San Diego players out there in Major League Baseball. What's it like for you as a San Diego kid when you run into other San Diego kids out there representing other teams in Major League Baseball?
No, it's awesome. San Diego's always been a hotbed for, talented baseball players. And, I think the term iron sharpens iron is pretty true here. Growing up, we seem to play against, guys who end up in the big leagues, end up, getting drafted, playing Division I baseball. So, getting to see guys in the big leagues that, I kind of grew up playing with and against is it's always fun. And then, in the off season, a lot of us are here, still local, working out and, hitting, places around here in San Diego. So it's super fun.
It's really cool to have, all of that. And, we had Sean Bouchard on earlier in the season when he was up with you guys. I mean, Colorado had a decent amount of San Diegans as a member of the Rockies at the beginning part of the year. Is it even cooler when you get to be teammates with some of those guys?
Yeah, of course. I think, just having that familiarity with each other and I knew Boosh growing up, hung out with him a little bit here and there when we were younger, but, ever since pro ball, we've got some mutual friends. He went to UCLA. I was supposed to go to UCLA. No, it's great. Having teammates like that, who you grew up kind of playing with and against is always fun.
Let's talk about your, commitment to UCLA and then obviously number one overall draft pick. I mean, you can't really turn that down ever. At what point at LCC, as you were going through your high school career, where you're thinking, okay, I'm going to be drafted a little bit higher than maybe I initially expected, and when you got drafted number one overall, I mean, that had to be a great day for you and your family.
Yeah, it was a very special day. Definitely, one that I'll never forget. I think going into the draft, going into my senior year, I think, had a good idea that I could get drafted pretty high and had a good summer, played Team USA, All-American game, area codes, all that stuff. And, played well. And I think going into my senior year, first overall, I've never really crossed my mind really until I'd say about 2 months before the draft. My dad had mentioned to me at the time that, the Phillies were calling, and but I mean, my whole focus my senior year was just kind of to have fun with my buddies, enjoy playing with them one last time, and those are still friends I have to this day, and kind of whatever happens, and was able to go out have a good senior year, and I think it wasn't official until about 5 minutes before the draft. So it was kind of down to the wire going first overall, and had a bunch of family and friends. Was here in Encinitas at my aunt's house, and got to celebrate with them that night, and then had to graduate high school the next day.
Yeah, that's probably a fun graduation. And then lock in, go get your diploma from La Costa Canyon or whatever the high school equivalent is. But you come from a baseball family. I mean, your grandfather played 6 years in the Red Sox organization. I mean, that obviously was probably something cool. But talk to us a little bit about growing up playing baseball in the Moniak family with some of the experience that your family has had with it.
Yeah, I think it was great. All my cousins growing up, my dad had 6 brothers and sisters, and all of them had kids. So most of them were the ones I was closest to were about 2-3 years older than me, and everything was wiffle ball in the backyard, playing pickle, all those games you play as a kid. But it was always baseball, and having my grandpa play for the Red Sox. My dad actually went to San Diego State and played for Coach Dietz for a couple years, and I think it only helped me obviously get to where I'm at today. And, the stories that my grandpa tells about, being in the minor leagues and Ted Williams as a hitting coach and all these things, he still tells me to this day. and I love hearing them every time. So it was all baseball all the time, and it was I loved it.
We're talking with Mickey Moniak, Colorado Rockies outfielder, San Diego native, joining us on the Braden Suprenant show. And I always love talking to the local guys, man, just being a local guy myself. I just missed you in high school. I was 3 years older than you at Cathedral. I know there's the nice little Cathedral LCC rivalry there for sure. I played football, only played a little bit of baseball. But what I was going to go back to with just, your high school days, everything like that. Some of the guys do it now, and I'm kind of curious. You were committed to UCLA, obviously went pro. A lot of the players that go pro that were committed to their college still follow and are kind of like fans of those college teams. Do you have a connection to UCLA at all? Just, being that you were a commit there, even though you ended up signing?
Yeah, I always root for UCLA. When I was in high school, when I was, still going there, would root for UCLA football. Went to a bunch of games. Basketball is pretty good, baseball. So yeah, I definitely root for UCLA a bunch. My true team though, I'd say San Diego State basketball specifically, but it is UCLA definitely hope they always do good.
So I got to ask you then, San Diego State basketball. I mean, obviously, you had some Aztecs there with Buddy at the beginning of the year, but Aztec basketball should be pretty good. We got a little. You've been paying attention at all? What Aztec basketball might be in 2025, 2026?
No, I haven't really paid attention much this year, but I will. Usually, once it gets close to the season, my dad will give me a call and say, Aztecs are starting. I go, oh shoot, so start paying attention then. Kind of get a little surprised, but. I remember we were younger. My dad used to take me to games, over the AHOS when, it was half full. And, I think, so I've been along for the ride here, pretty much my whole life. My dad went to San Diego State, like I said. Root for the Aztecs passionately.
Well, we like to, obviously root for the San Diego guys when they're in town. Not when they're playing the Padres, probably too much. But I tell you what, I know you got a lot of San Diegans excited the other day when you were on the Pirates broadcast and you were mic'd up during the game, and they asked you about being a Steelers fan because to them it was shocking that somebody would be a Steelers fan from Southern California. You gave the best answer for everybody in San Diego about growing up a Chargers fan, them going to LA and saying like, I'm not following them to LA. Tell us a little bit about that. I mean, you're going to be the fan favorite tonight for any of the Rockies in general, but that really fired up San Diegans when they saw that on social media.
Yeah, look, I grew up probably one of the most diehard Charger fans. My whole family, my grandpa had season tickets. I remember he used to give them out. We used to be able to go to one game a year. We used to get to pick, me and my dad. And so yeah, diehard Charger fan. Phillip Rivers, LT, Antonio Gates, all those guys, Malcolm Floyd. Can go on and on. But yeah, I was a diehard Charger fan. And then when I heard they're leaving, I was pretty bummed. And then when I heard they're leaving to go to LA, that was it. Obviously can't expect me to still be a fan, going from San Diego to LA. I think, like you said, a lot of San Diego people feel that same way, and it was unfortunate, but had to fill the void, rather quickly, because I think I went 2 years without rooting for anybody, and it wasn't. I love football, so it wasn't a good off season. So, did some thinking, and obviously my family being from Pennsylvania, Western Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh area, made sense. And you can't go from San Diego to LA and expect me to still be a fan at least.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I'm in the same boat as you. If San Diego ever got a team back, you dropping the Steelers and coming back?
Yeah, probably. I mean, it'd be tough. I think I live here still. My roots are in San Diego. My heart's always in San Diego. I'll definitely still root for the Steelers, but if San Diego's ever got a team, I think I'd make my way back.
We're talking with Mickey Moniak, Colorado Rockies outfielder here on the Braden Suprenant show. And here's the deal, Mickey. We do this with everybody that comes on, San Diego native. When they come back to San Diego, we got to ask the one food question, because I'm relatively the same age as you, just a couple years older. And when I was in college, everybody would come back and either get Mexican food or In-N-Out. Now with In-N-Out being more spread, that seems to be the play on Mexican food. But when you're back in town, whether it be in the off season, whether it be your visit, whether it be on a trip, obviously with the Rockies, or whenever you're back in San Diego, what is the one food item that you have to get that you can't get anywhere else?
I gotta go California burrito from Juanita's up here in Encinitas. Don't know if you heard of it. Little small taco shop on the 101. And yeah, that was my go-to spot growing up. I used to live across the train tracks from it in high school, and me and my buddies would wander over there often, and that'd be the go-to. So no, Juanita's Taco Shop in Encinitas. Shout out to them. They are the best.
It's always going to be Mexican food for most of the San Diego kids. I love it. Of course, your aunt hooked us up with some OGs not too long ago. So I know, some OGs pizza is probably a good answer for the family too.
Coleman Mountain Ranch.
Yeah, exactly. Mickey, thanks again for joining us today. We really appreciate it, man. Good luck the rest of the season with Colorado. Try not to beat up the Padres too much from us Padres fans, but thanks again for the time.
Absolutely. I appreciate you.